The first laureate is a Japanese artist who has devoted his life to Cambodia. Cambodia is a country with a rich cultural heritage. The ancient temples at Angkor are a reminder of a civilization lost. But the country's more recent history has left a darker legacy. During 30 years of civil war, 1 in 5 Cambodians lost their lives. When each of these individuals died, a piece of Cambodian history died with them. Another casualty of the war was the ancient Khmer art of ikat textiles. It was to take one man's passion to ensure its survival. Kikuo Morimoto has spent his life working with silk textiles. He trained in the art of kimono painting in his native Japan. From the moment he first saw a piece, Morimoto was enthralled by Cambodia's ancient silk.
On my first visit to Thailand just over 20 years ago, in 1980, I saw a piece of Cambodian cloth, a piece of ikat. At the time, I didn't know it was a Cambodian textile, but the very beautiful fabric made a strong impression on me.
The ancient designs of Cambodian ikat are many hundreds of years old. Their production is so complex that a single sheet would have required up to a year to make.
I think it was a unique and great tradition of textiles, which you couldn't find anywhere else in the world.
The traditional methods have survived many centuries, handed down from mother to daughter. But the Civil War killed a whole generation and broke the chain. Morimoto discovered that the last custodians of the weaving skills were growing old.
While visiting villages here for research, I realized there were only a few skilled grandpas and grandmas left, but they were still there.
In 2001, Morimoto opened this workshop in Siem Reap. His plan was to help a new generation to learn how to weave the traditional silk textiles.
Very skillful and experienced grandmas moved from distant villages to join us. They teach the art of weaving.
The results are these designs. The intricate motifs appear to be painted onto the cloth. In fact, the individual threads are hand-dyed one by one, and the patterns are woven directly into the material. This is the skill that the old women bring. The women are learning to tie small pieces of banana leaf around the silk to create the outline patterns. This is all done from memory. When the silk is dyed, the banana leaf protects tiny sections from the color. Tying and dyeing each thread several times eventually produces a single, multicolored thread. Finally, this dyed thread is carefully assembled on the looms to create the finished cloth. But Morimoto's workshop protects more than just the art.
There are so many people living on the poverty line, surviving day to day. A weaving job brings them an income and a means of supporting their families. And it will lead to the traditional methods being passed down.
Morimoto is running a business like no other. These girls are being paid the usual workshop salary to learn how to paint.
Our work is craft and, so to speak, art. That depends on having a sense of beauty, and we should polish it. I believe training the girls in painting to be one of the foundations, which will support us in reaching a high standard. And we wish to be at the highest standard of textile making in the world, as Cambodian IKTT once was.
Developing the skills of the next generation is a vital part of Morimoto's attempt to preserve the textiles. But the human skills are just one ingredient. Without the right raw materials, producing the fabrics would be impossible. On the outskirts of the town, Morimoto has set out to ensure that the raw materials remain available. He has taken over a small piece of forested land to grow mulberry to feed silkworms and plants to make natural dyes. The mulberry trees are now established and the silkworms recently arrived.
If we aim to produce a high quality textile, the only way to achieve it is to restore the natural environment.
Morimoto's endeavor has earned him a Rolex Award for Enterprise. The award will help ensure the survival of Cambodia's traditional silk textiles and provide a sustainable future for the people who make them.
We're not there at all yet. We've just started. I don't expect I can go on for decades. We hope the next generation will take over this place. In the past, Cambodian IKTT textile was the best in the world, and if we can revive it, I'm certain everyone can benefit.